Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Are You Sure NFL podcast. My name is Nick, and who am I joined by?
Nate.
Logan.
And you'll notice Noah isn't here, but...
Somebody's shooting 50s on 9 holes right now.
What did he shoot on the 9 hole?
What?
What did he shoot?
Andy shot a 54 on 9 holes.
I want the whole world to know that. And he still won against Berger. All right, but anyway, that's unimportant. Today, we're interrupting. We usually do one podcast a week. We just had to do one today because June 1st is going crazy this year, but we're going to focus in on two things today.
Braxton Berrios to the Giants.
Nathan, shut up. I will kick you out of this fucking podcast. And it will be just me and Logan. And then we'll just have the O.J. Simpson hate podcast.
No. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, O.J. Simpson debate coming soon. All right?
We had a mini one last episode because apparently half of this table believes he's innocent, half does not. So.
Yeah, so we're gonna have.
You had to be there for the Spanish presentation.
We're gonna have to get like
we're
gonna have to get what's it called? A moderator. Yeah, but we want to talk about. We're gonna start off with AJ Brown. He is finally, after months of rumors, heading to the Patriots, and he's going for a 27 fifth rounder and a 28 first rounder. So what do we all think?
In my opinion, I really don't understand
why would he want to leave?
Why AJ? What was pushing AJ Brown? I feel like he's been asking for a trade for like 2 or 3 years now. He finally gets it. He's in New England. He's gonna be the wide receiver 1, but it's a step down team wise. I guess he'll be getting more targets, and you could say that he's getting a more accurate quarterback, but in reality, it's just kind of a weird situation for A.J. Brown for me.
I think a lot of people would argue that New England is actually a better team than Philadelphia, and I would tend to disagree with that. I think this year New England kind of stabilized. Last year they had a bunch of wins. Their schedule was weak. We all know it. And I think this year they'll be around like 10 or 11 wins, whereas I think Philly is probably going to be 11 or 12 wins. Personally, I don't think New England has as good of a shot at a Super Bowl this year as good as Philly has. And maybe this balances it out because now Drake May, this is going to be the best wide receiver he's ever played with. He's better than Stephon Diggs was last year. And Romeo Doubs is a good number 2. And, I got the 3rd overall pick in fantasy for trading Romeo Doubs.
Oh, my God.
In my opinion, that Doubs contract is terrible.
What are they paying him?
A good chunk of money. In my opinion, there's something going on with Kayshon Boutte, right? Is he hurt or is there some?
Is he gonna play? Is he wide receiver 3 right now?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. There's something going on, I believe. I'm not too sure.
Patriots wide receiver room is always kind of weird, even during the Brady years.
But I think they should have kept Diggs. They should have kind of waited to see what was happening with this whole trial, and they shouldn't. I feel like they rushed to sign Dobbs. They rushed to find a receiver, and they overpaid for a dude who.
I don't think they thought they were going to be able to get A.J. Brown, but then eventually they were like, oh, wait, we probably actually realistically get him because everybody was kind of in disbelief that such a good player. Let's keep in mind, last year he still had 1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah.
That Romeo Doubs contract is 4-year, $68 million, $39 guaranteed, and a $15 million signing bonus.
Romeo Doubs does not need to be on a 4-year contract. I think looking back, I don't think he'll be on the Patriots in 2 years. And then we'll be looking back on this trade as a big.
The thing is, it's either going to be Romeo Doubs ends up just floundering in New England and he's off the team in a couple of years. Or I think there's a world where A.J. Brown begins to fall off and Romeo Doubs starts to work out. In my opinion, I don't see a chance that both of them end up being like a top-of-the-league 1-2 punch. I just don't see it happening. And because they're both kind of like... A.J. Brown is kind of a diva. We all know it. Mm-hmm. And then Romeo Doubs has just never been consistently...
His best year is like 750 yards.
Yeah, and it's because he's always been like injured. He always wears that stupid-looking Guardian cap. It looks diabolical. And... once again, another one of those Packers receivers, just mediocre. It's Packers post-Devontae receiver. That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said before, I think there's a chance A.J. Brown doesn't pan out with the Patriots, but I think that's very, very unlikely. And A.J. Brown's in a weird position because is it just me or does it seem like we've barely seen him play? Since they've kind of won that Super Bowl, I just feel like you haven't heard about AJ Brown in his.
He hasn't really had it.
He's a bigger name than he has been effect on the field the last year. And if you ask me who I think won the trade, I would still say New England because I think in 2028 that's going to be a pretty late first round pick. And I don't know who Philly's. It's kind of hard to predict 2 years out from now. I don't know who they're going to need.
2020, yeah, that would be. I don't know. No, I can't.
No. So I think it's too early to call who won the trade, but I think in the short term, we could safely say it was New England to, actually go out and help your young franchise quarterback. And for Philadelphia, well, actually not for Philadelphia. If you are a Mekhi Lemon fantasy owner or a Devontae Smith fantasy owner, you are like elated right now.
I'd say more Devontae Smith than Mekhi. I think Devontae Smith. This is the year that
this is the first time since like 2022 or 2021 that he's the top receiver in that offense, and he was really good.
I don't think he's ever been.
No, I think his rookie year, he was the top guy because they didn't get AJ Brown until 2022, and that launched them into Super Bowl contention. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
but either way, now it's time to talk about the even bigger trade of the day.
This is the part that we want to take a bunch of time out. This trade, I mean, me and Nate were literally in the gym today, and all of a sudden you get the notification on your phone, and it's like, what?
We were in shock.
I was checking. It felt like an April Fool's Day trade that you see.
And if the Rams don't win the Super Bowl here.
I saw that on an Instagram post. Someone was posting, oh, this must be June Fool's now.
Yeah. No. It's like in my opinion, this is such a random trade. I mean, it seemed like all Myles Garrett
in a million years.
After all the blue balls we had throughout the offseason, because there was a lot of a narrative, like, oh, is Myles Garrett going to get traded? Even last year there was a bit of that. I don't think anybody saw this coming. I honestly thought, like, Myles Garrett is going to be one of those guys who he becomes a Browns franchise legend. Like, it's like Joe Thomas retired, and I know he was on the offense, but that guy was a total legend for the Browns. I thought Myles Garrett was just going to play out his whole career in Cleveland. But you know what? Good for him because he was going to just waste away in Cleveland.
This whole trade sucks with Jared Verse. The dude...
Hey... Fallen Kingdom. He's fallen from grace.
I love Jared Verse as a draft prospect. I wanted the Bears to draft him at 9, I think it was.
They took Roma Dunze.
But he falls. He goes to L.A., which I don't think, not a lot of people saw Jared Verse going to L.A. Goes and wins Defensive Player of the Year. You're like, oh, shit. He's exactly who we thought he was. He's like in this position to win a Super Bowl, young DN. And then you just get that stripped away, and you're sent to the Browns.
Get that call from the general manager. You're just like, yeah, pack your things. You're going to Cleveland. It's like when you die, and then you're face to face with St. Peter, and he says, "You're going to hell. your ass not going to heaven."
It's so I don't know how this is gonna work. I mean, I think Jared Verse is a dog. I don't think it matters where he's playing.
No.
But I truly think in some way this could affect maybe development. Hopefully not confidence, because I feel like sometimes young players, they get sent away like this, and now you go from competing to win a Super Bowl to competing not to get, or competing to get last place.
You're from Matthew Stafford to Sean Watson.
And I kind of think the Browns are interesting because I think they have a bit of a youth movement going on here. Pretty much every single good player that's worth watching on that team is either a second-year player or a rookie.
Yes.
And so Jared Verse, he's probably going to be, like, who else is the biggest name on this defense?
Mason Graham. It's him and Mason Graham.
Him and Mason Graham are the youth movement on this defensive line. Carson Schlesinger. Yeah. I think the Browns, they're probably the youngest team in the league, honestly. It was the Packers for a couple of years. I don't know exactly who, but the Browns are definitely up there. And I think it's interesting because when you have these young teams, you never know if they're just going to flop, which they do a lot of the time, or they could have something great. Could this defense still do it without Myles Garrett? Could this offense break out with Shador and everybody they added in the draft? I mean, I do like the offensive direction. I don't know about the defense because everybody knows that defense last year.
Jared Verse is going to produce for them.
I mean, their defense, that offense was the problem. And
hey, though, guess who has the Browns' defense in fantasy and just got fucked over? Yours truly.
Verse is good. He's obviously not going to replicate.
He's not Myles Garrett, but he's still.
But he's going to be playing in Myles Garrett's shadow.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the rest of his career. It's going to be, was it worth it? Because you got traded for Myles Garrett. And Jared Verse is what, like, how old is he?
23.
He's 23. He's young. He is 23 years old. Myles Garrett's
23, 24, something like that.
And that's why, honestly, there's definitely, I haven't seen it a lot, actually, and I think I'm happy about that. But I'm surprised there's not more people that are just like, oh, the Rams won this trade. How could the Browns ever do this? But from the way I see it, the Browns, not this year and probably not next year, are not going to be competitive unless Todd Monken is right and Deshaun Watson is competing for MVP.
Oh my god.
That's a whole other topic we could talk about. Is Deshaun Watson, but look at Myles Garrett was going to be probably 32, 33 by the time the Browns are competing again. And like obviously I still think he's going to be very productive, probably still elite by the time he's 32 or 33, but it works for Myles Garrett. It works for the Rams. It works for the Browns. The Browns now have high draft, and well, not super high because the Rams are probably going to win the Super Bowl now. They'll have the 32nd pick in the next draft, which is still fantastic to have because the Browns have really been stacking picks these last couple of years, and I think that's one of the best ways to tell how good a rebuild is going. It all started with when they traded down to and let the Jags get Travis Hunter, and then they got Mason Graham still. So I like the last 2 years. I like the direction of the team. I actually also like Todd Monken. I saw a lot of criticism for the hiring of him, but
it's interesting.
It's interesting, but I think the Browns might end up being a really fun team. Sorry, I just got a notification on my phone. And then, I don't even know besides Mason Graham, Jared Verse, and Carson Schlesinger, I mean, I feel like there's not too many big names on this defense, and I'm interested to see if they can still be a top 10 unit without one of the best edge rushers we've ever seen. Like, the guy is going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, definitely. I think the biggest talking point, obviously, let's get into the Rams side of this trade. This trade just feels like some shit you'd see in Madden, where it's just like, okay, what the hell? Like,
this shit wouldn't even pass in Madden, dude.
Hey,
it's so.
Am I watching the 2021 Rams or the 2026 Rams?
I've just it's so weird because I don't think anyone's ever just pictured Myles Garrett in a Rams uniform before.
No, he was not brought up in the rumors at all. And they were pushing heavily for the Bears, but I never believed.
What's that D-line going to look? They got Kobe Turner, Braden Fisk, and Myles Garrett on that D-line now.
That team is so interesting to me.
Byron Young too.
I get such 2021 vibes from this team.
I mean, not even this team is this team's almost a super team at this point.
They got Trent McDuffie and Forbes at.
Hey, though, corner. Every team that's named, I swear, is it just me, or is there like a super team curse where every team that's supposed to end up being a super team just completely flops or disappoints?
The Rams are in. I mean, they've officially put themselves in the spot where it's if you don't win the Super Bowl, that's kind of embarrassing.
To me, the last true super team that we've seen in the NFL was probably the 2024 Eagles. To me, that team was beyond dominant.
But honestly, I think this team is built up maybe. And on par. This team has more of those high-end names.
Yeah,
that Eagles team is deeper. But
that Eagles team had insane depth. Some of the best I've ever seen. Whereas this Rams team now,
there's no excuses. You have no excuse.
If you lose to especially a division rival in the playoffs, then that is very embarrassing.
I mean, and I'm not too familiar with the Rams' salary cap and what their money situation's like. It's LA, so they're going to have hella money to spend. But, I mean, adding on, he's still the highest paid. Is he the highest paid player or highest paid non-quarterback?
Highest paid non-quarterback.
I mean, you don't just add that to your team.
They're still paying Stafford more than him.
Still though, you're adding another player like that. I mean,
there's so many stars
you have to pay on this year to win the Super Bowl. If you don't win the Super Bowl this year, there's no point in trying again. It's this year or bust, in my opinion. I mean, all your money is going into this year now.
You got Stafford, Kyron, Puka, Devontae Adams.
Puka contract is going to destroy the Rams, so they have probably 2 years left to win. And what puzzles me is that if you're in win now mode, why would you spend your first round pick on a quarterback?
I mean,
when you have Stetson Bennett right there,
it makes sense. Like, you have a good team, you want to be able to carry your team over. But also, if you're selling out this hard for this year to win a Super Bowl, I mean, you should be pushing for a much better win now option.
Yeah, I know. And maybe I could see it because we were talking about this earlier today. So you have the contract situation with Stafford, Garrett, everybody. Let's think about it. This is Puka's contract year right now. He's entering year 4. They're going to want to extend him. They're going to want to do anything they can do to get him back. Mm-hmm. Stafford, you have for 2 more years. And then, right around then, like, isn't Myles Garrett's is it backloaded contract or front-loaded?
I'm not familiar. I just know it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and I think what they're thinking here is that we're only going to be paying Stafford for 2 more years. So Myles Garrett, we're going to have our chance is that Ty Simpson develops.
Myles Garrett's contract is a 4-year, $160 million contract.
No shit. Everyone knows that. We want to know if it's front loaded or back loaded. But what was I going to say here? I was going to say that now, like, the Rams have their eggs in the Ty Simpson basket. If he doesn't pan out and they don't win a Super Bowl, the 2026, the mid to late 20s Rams could go down as one of the biggest flops in NFL history.
I think it would be hilarious if when this season is over and we look back and the Rams don't win the Super Bowl and it's because of receiving. Maybe someone goes down, like if Devontae goes down, like, and they're just missing a piece on the offense. I mean, it'll be pretty hilarious.
CJ Daniels has it in the bag.
And see,
hey, you had a chance to get Mekhi Lemon. That's going to be a narrative, I think, if they have receiving troubles outside of Puka. And you know what? Like, especially if Puka, who we all know is not necessarily the least injury-prone player, if he ends up getting injured and the Rams have problems receiving, and then they only make it to, like, as a wild card team, then lose in the divisional or championship round, there's gonna be a lot of talks about, like,
if they lose any game, there's gonna be massive criticism just because of how much you're putting into this team. Obviously, they're not going to go undefeated.
They're not going to go undefeated, obviously.
But there's zero excuse not to win the Super Bowl.
There's zero excuse to win any less than 13 games. They should be winning 13 games and win the division. If they are a wild card team again, then this season is a disappointment.
In my opinion, they should be going 14-3. I think that's a
14-3 should be the expectation.
Yes.
15-2 should be what they can do.
And the Super Bowl is obviously, there's no other team in the league where it's
no other team, especially not in the AFC. I think still the biggest challenge is going to be in the NFC because they have 2 division rivals, and obviously division games are always going to end up being close no matter what.
I see it happening right now. This will be the year Josh Allen makes a Super Bowl. He's going to play this Rams team, and he's just going to get blown out the
That would be a really fun Super Bowl, though. It's going to be Josh Allen trying to throw the Bills on his back. DJ Moore would have a huge game.
I mean, I feel like every year when you're looking at, like, you got your Final Four teams. I mean, I think when you're looking at it in terms of the funnest matchups,
who's contending in the AFC?
The Bills are always that team, but they never
do it. And then the AFC team the last 2 years has just gotten blown out. It's the Chiefs got demolished, and then the Patriots got demolished this year. The NFC has been dominant the last 2 years because they had the Eagles, then they had the Seahawks, and now you have the Rams.
Who do the Rams kick off? No, Rams kick off Thursday Night Football against the Niners, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That's gonna be a really good one.
Carson Beck having to play Seahawks and Niners, even said now Myles
the Niners somehow like.
I hate to say it, but Arizona might be regretting not taking Maui Noah right now.
Arizona might be the first 0-17 team in NFL history. I mean, god damn, have you seen their schedule? They don't have their easiest game in their first 10 is against the Cowboys, who are significantly better. I would not be surprised if the Cardinals start 0-10. And I think their easiest stretch of the year is they have to play the Raiders, the Jets, and the Saints.
Jeremiah Love Fantasy.
My guess, right now. Cardinals' ceiling is 4 or 5 wins. Those games against the Rams.
It's a little generous.
Hey, let's all gather for a moment of prayer here. Carson Beck going out twice a year against Myles Garrett.
Twice a year against
what?
Myles Garrett, the Seahawks defense, and the Niners defense, if it's healthy.
Yeah. And who's blocking from on the opposite side of Paris Johnson? Who's blocking for Carson Beck?
Great question.
Yeah, exactly.
It's supposed to be mine, but
you're gonna have to face the Seahawks defense, this Rams defense, and the Niners defense 6 times a year. That is not fun. Even though the Niners' defense wasn't the greatest last year. Obviously, if they stay
Elijah
healthy...
Wilkinson's they're starting right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Poor Carson Beck, dude.
Hey,
Hey,
you got Chase Bisontis at right guard, though. So.
He's good, but...
yeah, I mean...
I don't think the guard's doing anything.
I mean, and the sad thing about the Cardinals is that the offense is actually the strength of their team. The defense
This
sucks.
front seven's terrible.
Next week, I would not be surprised if we're making a podcast about a Josh Sweat trade. I don't get... Look, they're pushing really...
Josh Sweat's the Rams at this point.
Josh Sweat's the Rams.
Hey.
No, they're saying he's going to the Packers. I don't know.
You guys want to try to name the Cardinals linebacker core for me?
I don't know.
Getting back on topic of the Rams, this is a very complicated year. Just for the NFL.
They got to win it.
When was the last time we've had a team where it's like, I mean, if you don't win the Super Bowl, your whole season. Like, there's teams where it's like
2021 Rams.
Your Super Bowl contender. I mean, yeah, but they still weren't on the. They made that Stafford. They made the Stafford trade, and it's like, okay, now you're contenders. You better go out. But this year, it's literally like, if you don't win the Super Bowl, that's massive disappointment.
Yeah.
Think how much money they have to have. One of, if not the highest paid roster now. And
probably, and this is, you have 1, maybe 2 years, and then it'll be another like 5 years before you're going to be in that upper echelon again, and it is tough. The NFC is not easy right now. You've got the Eagles, who I think made improvements in spite of trading A.J. Brown. You've got really any of the NFC North teams I think could be frisky in a playoff matchup, and then you have your own division rivals. I don't think, and well, I was going to say I don't think the NFC South really matters, but you know what? Last year, the Rams struggled mightily against the NFC South. The Rams almost got first rounded last year. Let's not forget that.
Jimmy Horn.
Yes, if Jimmy Horn catches that ball, the Panthers might have ended up winning that game, which is funny to think about.
I just can't wait for the Raiders to trade Max Crosby to Rams for Byron Young, and every single pick that the Rams have left in 2027 and 2028.
Hey, Ricky Williams. Hey, the Rams are trying to copy the other team in LA, the LA Dodgers.
I mean, I get like similar vibes from like that Tom Brady Super Bowl winning Tampa, but like.
Even that team was like, they were a solid roster even without Tom
I'm trying
Brady.
to find like a comparison like the past like
my only
5 years where a team has just like completely overhauled with just top of the line players.
I don't really think there is. In my opinion, the last team to me that just strikes me as holy shit, I'm fucking terrified to play this team is the 2024 Eagles. But that team was filled with young talent.
If they
this team, it's the complete opposite of that 2024 Eagles team.
I mean, if the Rams lose the Super Bowl, send them back to St. Louis and take away all this Los Angeles money. Because I mean,
they're not affording that roster.
How could you let another team in the league beat Matt Stafford, who's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame?
He's definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Puka Nacua, who is off to one of the best starts to a wide receiver's career ever. Myles Garrett, who's definitely also going to be in the Hall of Fame. This team is just loaded with... Devontae Adams is going to be in the Hall of Fame.
I mean... dude, like, even their like below the radar players are now like Colby Parkinson he's
Blake Corum is one of the most underrated running backs in the league too.
Corum, but I mean
Kyron is
I think Kyron is good. Kyron is another one of those guys. He's got 1 or 2 good years left.
Yeah,
he kind of fits the feel of this team. Where Kyron is really good. He's 26. He's going to be turning 27, and I don't think Kyron has longevity in this league.
Oh, if Noah Beatty was here,
no, he would be tearing me apart. But I don't. But Kyron, I don't know. He's really symbolic of the rest of this
defense
team.
is decently young. I mean,
they've built that D line to Byron Young. They just got Jared Verse, Braden Fisk.
Yeah, the D-line was really good. Now this is probably like at least a top 3 D-line.
Their secondary is really good too. They got Cam Curl and Kitchens at safety. Just got McDuffie too.
Yeah, Trent McDuffie.
His team is like a Madden roster.
Emmanuel Forbes back in the day.
But hey, though, if this was Madden and in franchise mode and I was the coach, this team would go like 7-10 in this playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to look at what the playoff odds are for this team. It better be at least 99%.
There's no way they're not the Super Bowl favorite now.
No. Well, I think they already were Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah.
It's weird that the Seahawks are going to be like favored to go second in their own division after winning the Super Bowl.
Exactly, yeah.
After the Seahawks were just dominant all last year.
You said this in Madden,
Although,
the
honestly,
Giants are going to win.
if you ask me, I think for 14-win Super Bowl champion teams, I think the Seahawks were one of the worst. When it comes to other 14-win teams that win the Super Bowl, I just don't think the Seahawks were all, I don't even know, just not... They didn't strike me as that dominant compared to a team, even like the 15-2 Detroit Lions the year before, who ended up choking it away in the NFC divisional round, at least in the regular season.
I mean, there's no way the Rams aren't going to be like the villain team in the NFL this year.
Yeah, like
I mean,
I said,
I feel
it's
like
like the Dodgers.
every week. I mean,
this is
how
like
it feels like
this is like the Dodgers when they added Shohei Ohtani,
and there's a salary cap in the NFL also.
Yeah,
there's like what there's still. Like, there's no way every week people aren't rooting against the Rams.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's going to root against the Rams. Even division rivals are going to, like... If the Packers play the Rams, I don't know who I'm cheering for. It's like when the Packers play the Chiefs. I don't know who to cheer for.
It would be hilarious to see the Rams lose the Super Bowl. Because it would just be like...
Especially if they make it all the way there, and then imagine they lose to a team like the Broncos.
Just watch Ty Simpson be a complete bust in like 2-3 years.
Watch Ty Simpson flop. I don't know, but if you have to ask me, Rams easy Super Bowl favorites right now. Let's wrap this up and let's just think. Who do we think has the best chance out of the AFC of beating the Rams in the Super Bowl? I would say the Broncos. Because the Broncos have an elite offensive line. And they have the D-line
to get the job done.
It's just, can Bo Nix get it done and not let Jarrett Stidham start? Dude, the Patriots were so Mickey Mouse last year. It was unbelievable.
I mean, the Bills are always a good team.
The favorite AFC.
Like, after so many times of just...
How many times can one lose in the divisional round?
Falling right before the finish line, it's so hard to have them winning in these hypotheticals. Because it's just, in my mind... It's
another
just like,
hypothetical win for the Bills.
Yeah, I mean... Broncos, in my opinion, are definitely going to be that AFC favorite.
Broncos, and then I think Bills. Because I think the Bills are one of the teams in the league who... They could go out there and beat literally any team in the league, but they could also lose to most teams in the league. And I think that's a good way to wrap this up.
Yeah.
If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We'll be back soon with another full-length podcast, and we'll see you all then.